Hi. Kia ora, my name's Hoani Hotene. For me, that's just my name. For you guys, it's a surprise. It's a Māori name. I actually went to a Māori language school growing up. You know, I didn't really see myself as any different from the rest of the kids there. Didn't see myself as any different from the rest of the kids until I realized they keep putting me at the back of the haka. You know? And I asked the teacher, hey man, what's the deal? I know all the actions, I know all the words. And he goes, Hoani, one of the things about the haka is it requires a little bit of intimidation. And you just look like an angry marshmallow. Rough teachers, man. But back then we didn't have so much media for Māori kids, you know. Like nowadays it's a little bit different, you know. Like Lion King's been translated into Reo Māori, like Frozen's been translated into Reo Māori. We didn't have all that stuff. But what we did have was Māori SpongeBob. SpongeBob Te Rauporofa. Yeah. One of the things you need to know about Māori SpongeBob is in English it's SpongeBob SquarePants, right? 2 syllables. In Māori it's SpongeBob Tā Rauporofa. 5 syllables, okay? That difference between 2 syllables and 5 syllables becomes a little bit of a problem when that theme song they have, they don't change the rhythm at all. You know? The show would start off being like, Kua rite koutou, ai ka pene, wo kei awa he whare ki raro te wai, SpongeBob Te Rauporofa. And if you know that show like I know it, you know at the end of it, they just put the name over and over again. So it becomes SpongeBob Te Rauporofa, SpongeBob Te Rauporofa, SpongeBob Te Rauporofa. Even with all that space, they just had to cram it all together. And I don't know why they had to cram it all together. And I don't know why it had to be SpongeBob Te Rauporofa. Because there were a lot of other characters in that show where they did not translate the names, right? Patrick was still Patrick. Plankton was still Plankton. The only other person they changed was Mr. Krabs. Matua Krabs. Okay? That came from a place of respect, okay? But I loved that show growing up because when I was a kid, I only ever heard like 2 different versions of Te Reo Māori. There was like my dad, there was my teachers, that was very casual, that was very normal. There was that sort of Te Reo Māori, and then there was like the Māori TV educational one. I don't know if you guys know that one. It's a little bit different. It's more like, hia kai, hungry. Kei te hia kai, aho. I am hungry. All of a sudden, SpongeBob Te Rauporofa comes on the scene. It's like, oh, tokiri, SpongeBob. And I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, man, that's quite a mediocre Squidward impression. You're thinking an English Squidward. That is a spot-on Māori Squidward impression, okay? That's a lot of time in the car, a lot of time in the shower being like, oh, tokiri. No, more nasal. Oh, tokiri. Yeah, I've got it, okay? They'll like that. Listen, I'm gonna do a song for you guys. Here we go. Oh, 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 oh. Song about my favorite letter of the alphabet. Listen, I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, Hoani, you're so good at stuff. I bet you know how to touch type on a keyboard. And it's like, yeah, I do. Only the number pad, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, enter. 027 515 3041, enter again. That's my real phone number. I just assume most of you guys will forget what that is. But if you do remember it, hit me up. I like smart girls. What else am I good at? I'm good at guessing names, so let's just go into that straight away. Steve, Mary, Amanda, those names are probably all wrong, but they are all names. It's the guessing part that I'm good at. See, another comedian will come on and be like, pizza, Excalibur, car park, and it's like, come on, hypothetical comedian, those aren't even names. I mean, unless your name is car park. I don't know, I don't spend a lot of time around here. Having fun, though. But what was your name? Mia? Mia, am I funny? Good, all the cameras saw that. Okay, more jokes about my life. Sometimes when people find out that I'm Māori, they act very strange, especially older white guys in particular, okay? Like, so the other day I was talking to an older guy, he was telling me about a few things. In fact, he just kind of told me every thought he's ever had about Māori people, okay? But what he was telling me is that when he went to school with 3 Māori families, and 2 of them didn't even identify as Māori. It sounds like you went to school with 1 Māori family, okay? Māoriness isn't really something you can put onto other people. You can't be like, oh, what iwi are you from? I was like, I'm not actually Māori. You're not going to get me with that one, Sione. But the other thing he said is like, the other thing that he was saying is that back then we didn't have so many role models, it's not true, but the role model that he decided that we had now was Winston Peters. And I don't know anybody that's ever wanted to grow up to be Winston Peters, okay? I'd much rather grow up to be Matua Krabs. Like, that's a responsible guy right there. He's got a small business, a couple of employees, He's a single father. Not easy to be a single father. Even more difficult when your daughter's a whale. Okay, my name's been Hoani Hotene. This has been a lot of fun. I'll catch you guys later.